You know, I was thinking, my husband painted, he worked really hard, fixing, making repairs, and painting the outside of the house. And, um, except for me, there wasn't anybody to tell him that he done a good job. And, sometimes when you do stuff, and apparently you do stuff too, you do stuff on a daily basis that you're happy it worked out, whether you cleaned the house and it looks good, or you made an art project, or you wrote a paper or something, or made a video and it's good, and you have that moment, you feel good. But it would be nice to have somebody else tell you that you did a good job too. Only there isn't anybody else besides me to tell him that he did a good job. So it's the same thing with, I was thinking about it with YouTube and Facebook, and I might do a little itty bitty vid. Is that, sorry, think about this. Now I've looked, because I always forget to say please like and subscribe in the beginning. I always forget that. But I was thinking about this. Think about this. Even if you have a gazillion views and a gazillion subscribers, you only get about 10% likes. It averages out. If you have 1,000,000 views, maybe you have 100,000 likes. That's a lot of likes, yes, but it's only 10% of the people that viewed it. Like I would like 1,000,000 likes myself, but I'm lucky if I get 3. So, but think about this though. Think about how many times do you like something on Facebook versus YouTube? Think about that. Like if a friend posts something and you want to let them know that you saw it and it was cute, you hit the like button. Or even if a stranger posts something, or you see a cartoon, or you see some kind of post, you always hit the like thing. Think about that. How often do you hit the like button for Facebook versus the like button for YouTube? I might do a itty bitty video on that. But that was just something I was thinking about. How often we appreciate people and like people on Facebook, but not on YouTube. So anyways, if you could please check out my flashback recap, Star Trek Next Generation recaps on Friday, I'd appreciate it. And my if then videos. I'm getting ready to do an if then later today. I've got like 5 videos I'm gonna do today. Like, oh good God, it's gonna take hours to upload. I don't know about you people out there, but my internet, my computer, it takes about 3, 4, 5 hours. I've had it take 15 hours to upload a video. Seriously, if you do it at the wrong time of day, it just, and then they don't get seen. I have some videos. I have it's almost a pattern. Seen, not seen. I mean, like, nobody sees. Seen, nobody sees. Every couple of days, there's a video that 0 people see. There's one out there from last year. I experimented. Oh, please check out my daily book reviews, and welcome to the D. Louise book series. I'm Tina KRISTINA. This is where we read books and talk about books. No special effects, no theme music, none of that stuff going on here. And we have Flashback Mondays, where we talk about all the books in this magazine. And I think I've overdone it today. I might reach 100 today, so this might go a little extra long. I might cut a few of them short. Now I lost my train of thought. Completely lost my train of thought. Oh, good God. I don't remember now. But, so, it just, oh, good God, I really lost my train of thought. So, it's Flashback Monday, where we talk about all the books in this magazine. And I got a little carried away this time, and there's probably over 100. I'll have to count them later. See what goes. I try to do some from each genre. And sorry. Oh Lord, that really sucks that I lost my train of thought. Oh well, but we are doing James Patterson's Alex Cross series. We are doing J.R. Ward's Black Dagger Brotherhood. We finished up Victoria Thompson's Gaslight series. Go check those out. And we started C.S. Harris uh Saint Cyr series this week too. So I wanted to I looked at this and looked at this and looked at this and looked at this and decided what the hell. So this is June 2011. I love this magazine to death. I read it. I can read this thing for hours upon hours upon hours. And this there's a full article in here about, and I wasn't going to do this, but then I decided what the hell. And there is a full article on Grace Burrs. And I noticed that I was like, and that, so now I'm like, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So you can actually see it. Oh, yeah. The one in October. So, all right. Let me just finish that story. There's a video. I decided, just an experiment with this magazine, that instead of doing all of them at once, I did each genre in a separate video. Regency historicals, contemporary romance, mystery, suspense, sci-fi, paranormals. Each one had its own video. It took me 20, 25 hours to do all those videos. And then to upload them all, oh good grief. But no one has seen the inspirational one. No one. A hand to God, that is still sitting out there, and I am still the only person who has seen it. So that's what I was saying about videos not being seen. It's out there. I think it's October um October 2009 Romantic Times, I think, or 10. It's out. No, it's not 10, but maybe 9. I did it a while ago. But yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Uh no one has seen that one. So anyways, back to Graceboro. Graceboro. And this is when she was starting out. Getting published isn't always a matter of years of rejection and thankless toil, says Grace, author of this month's Regency romance, The Soldier. Case in point, the Maryland-based child welfare attorney sold her debut novel, the well-received The Heir, that came out December 2010, to the first person she ever pitched an editor at Sourcebooks. As she remembers, it was a milestone birthday approaching and decided it was time to start making a concept effort in a pitch of her completed historical manuscripts. For my first effort in this direction, I attended the Washington Romance Writers Reading Retreat. 20 minutes into the Friday night kickoff panel, I was already so nervous I was doubting my sanity. After imbibing a few white Russians to calm her nerves, Burroughs approached editor Deb Worksome from Sourcebooks and awkwardly asked if she was supposed to pitch to her. I do not advise anybody to use that line in the elevator pitches, Burroughs asked. Deb had to extract a pitch from me with tweezers and tongs. But before our short conversation was over, she established that I had about 20 complete manuscripts and offered to consider my best 3 partials. By July, she asked for 3 more, and then by October, she'd gotten the go-ahead from the publisher of Sourcebooks to make an offer. So, I don't have... So, we will talk about it later. There's the thing in here. But I wanted... Somebody gifted me the other day. What did I just do with that paper? She's got quite a few series out there. Quite a few. But somebody gifted me 2 series. The Rogues to Riches and the Windham Brides. So, A Rogue of Her Own Windham Brides. Uh, let's see if I can pull these out together. No. Never a Duke is Rogue to Riches. How to Catch a Duke is Rogue to Riches. The Trouble with Dukes is The Windham Bride. This was a nice set someone gifted me. Forever a Duke. Forever and a Duke, sorry. The Truth About Dukes. My One and Only Dukes. When a Duchess Says I Do. No Other Duke Will Do. Too Scott to Handle. And A Duke by Any Other Name. So the lady has been successful and busy since this one came out. So obviously they bought some from her. Let me just put these back. It makes it easier to tote books around the house. That way I'm not dropping them. Okay. So that was Miss Burroughs. So shall we start our first review? Let's see now. Oh, I need my pen. Just see a second. Okay. Our first review. Now I've lost my cotton picking living. Right in front of me. Okay. Lord Langley is back in town. Elizabeth Boyle, 4.5 stars. This may be the best stand-in widows book yet. Boyle delivers on all levels, bringing a delightful cast of eccentric characters. Who can resist the nannies, a bad boy hero, and a prim heroine, straight into the reader's hearts? It's pure indulgence. Everyone thinks Lord Langley has been dead for 2 years, but he's back. He heads to the house his daughter chose as his hideous hideout while he finds the men who framed him for treason. Minerva Sterling has sworn off marriage, but when all 5 of Lord Langley's ex-mistresses storm into her home, followed by the man himself climbing up the drain pipe into her bedroom, Minerva changes her mind fast. She agrees to a betrothal, saving Lord Langley from his women and Minerva from social ruin. Langley is entranced by the starchy Minerva and determined to uncover the passionate woman under the flannel nightgown, which won't be easy if he abides by her rules of no kissing, no scandals, and definitely no seductions. But he has to clear his name first. So, Grace Burrows, the soldier. So let's see what we just talked about. So there's a picture of the book here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I know my sound is awful. You know, I've seen some of these where they do a full write-up on the author and then the book gets 3 stars. I've seen quite a few of those. Quite a few of those. They talk up the book in the beginning and then give it 3 stars in the review. So this one got 4.5 stars, The Soldier. Burroughs returns with a powerful story that touches readers' hearts. Her powerful and complex characters will enthrall you. There is quite yet intense power to Burroughs' simple prose and such depth of feeling that it will be difficult to forget this marvelous story. Devlin St. Just returns home war-weary and haunted by demons. All he wants is to be left alone, but his responsibilities for his state allow him little peace. Then an urchin and her guardian enter his life. The orphaned Winnie draws Devlin out of despair. He takes her in hand, and much to Emmeline Farnham's shock, she obeys him. When Devlin suggests Winnie stay with him, Emma is torn, but when he suggests she move her baking business into his kitchen and also be governess to Winnie, she accepts. And if you were here in the beginning, please go check out If You Like Bridgertons, If Then Volume 1 of my If Then podcast. If you like the Bridgertons, and this isn't even a Mallory, then you will like Johanna Lindsey's Mallories. This is not a Mallory though. This is one of her standalones. And at one point, I I was doing a clean out and I regret everything. If you heard me say these on previous videos, I regret giving some of those books away. And I've decided maybe to reread this other series that I want to reread. However, I gave all those books back and I never should have done that because they're hard to get a hold of, and I had physical copies of the first 10. And I'm thinking about doing it again. But anyways, with these, I gave away everything that wasn't a Mallory. Now I'm buying them all back. So, When Passion Rules, 4.5 stars. Few writers have such such an impact on the romance genre as Lindsey. She takes a classic captive captor theme and fairy tale elements and weaves them into a love story that will resonate with readers. Raised by her uncle Pappy in England, Elena. Yes, ma'am. Oh, that's her, by the way. That's Johanna. But she passed away recently. Come here. Come here. Come here. Raised by her uncle Poppy in England, Elena Farmer has been tutored in all arts and sciences as well as the arts of fighting. She's young and ready for love, but not for the news that she's actually Princess Elena of Lubinia. Instead of killing her as he was hired to do, Poppy fled his homeland to raise her in safety. Now her country needs her to return to avert civil war. When she's suspected of being an impostor or an assassin, she's held captive by Count Christopher Becker, captain of the Royal Guard. Christopher has seen what? Uh, when she's suspected of being catch up. Christopher's seen too many pretenders to believe she's the princess, but the feisty Elena gets under his skin. Even as Elena takes place as ruler to ferret out the traitors, there are many suspects, dangerous intrigues, and shocking secrets. Most surprising is the passion that flares between them. Ugh. I swear I have this next one. I have looked and looked and looked, and I keep looking for it, and it's not there. Um, what did ah? If I don't do this, this magazine. Let me just see if this is bigger. It's bigger. Samantha James, Sins of a Viscount. There we go. And I'd swear I had that book. I know it's here somewhere. Somebody offered money for these the other day. It's like, I was waiting. I wanted them to see one of my videos. And they're like, I'll buy them from you. They're just mass markets. Anybody can get mass markets. That's all. No, there's no valuable stuff over there. Well, maybe the Yankee Candles are. I went bonkers a couple of years. That's about 10 years ago. And those Yankee candles, I showed them at Christmas. I got them when they were on sale. So I got them for like $5 a piece. And the shades. You can't get those shades anymore either. So I don't go. I didn't invent, And the books over there, well, Laurel's. But I bought these over 30 years over time. There's nothing of great value over there. They're all mass markets. And a lot of them I bought, secondhand stores. Quite a few of them I bought in secondhand stores. I need to start doing that again. When I'm going through these magazines, I'm discovering that I'm missing quite a few of books of a series from my authors. And so I've been trying to hunt all these down. It's not as easy as it used to be. I used to go into the thrift stores and buy 100 books at a time. You can't do that anymore. They're getting too expensive. But back then, when I was buying them, uh, you could get a couple for $1. In fact, one of the stores I went to the other day had 10 for $1, which was absolutely awesome. I was coming out of my skin. However, there was nothing for me. I was so pissed off. 10 for $1, and I couldn't find a single one. I was so pissed. So, Samantha James is another view. Sins of the Viscount. Sutherland. 4.5 stars. Twisting something old into something fresh is one of James's talents. He or she uses the desire revenge plotline and switches genders. The woman is out to seduce and ruin, but this is not a simple plot. It's marvelous in a good way. He's supposed to have been the one lying dead on a field of honor, not Claire Ashcroft's brother. Wild and reckless, drunk and unfeeling, Viscount Grayson Sutherland is not a man any young woman should desire. But Claire desires revenge, and to get it she plans to seduce him, string him along until he is madly in love, and then hurl him away. Perhaps he will feel some of the pain she felt at her brother's death. Excuse me, that's my bag you're tearing into? Ugh. Scandal in Scotland. Karen Hawkins. Sorry for the poor lighting and the audio. 4.5 stars. The second book in the Hearst Amulet series reaches new heights in a humorous, fast-paced, dramatic story that's filled with sensual tension. Her passionate, intelligent characters make it impossible to put down. Markel Beauchamp, a famous actress, has never forgotten the man she loved. She forced Sea Captain William Hearst to leave, believing it was best for their families. Now a blackmailer is threatening her family, and she's forced to steal an onyx box from William. The box ostensibly contains an artifact that William needs to free his brother, who's being held prisoner by a Middle Eastern sultan. When William finds Markel waiting for him on his ship, he never suspects that she is here to drug him and steal the box. He pursues and captures Markel only to find she is no longer possession of the box, and they must work together to get the box back. Deborah Mullins, Too Wicked. Too Wicked to Love. The yellow one on the end here. 4 stars. Clever, romantic, passionate, and adventurous. Mullins' latest is reading pleasure. From the dynamic beginning to the dynamic climax, she balances suspense with sexual tension, and readers will stay on their toes. Once fooled, twice shy, heiress Lady Guinevere Wellington Wallace trusts no man, but she is attracted to the mysterious, handsome coachman John Reddy. John has painstakingly planned out his disguise. If anyone should discover he is really a duke, he will be sent for the gallows as a killer. He must clear his name and prove the villain Raventhorpe's guilt in his wife's death, but Jenny keeps getting in his way. On the hunt for evidence he needs, John becomes bodyguard to Jenny's friend at a house party. Thrust together, they form a truce and grows into a deep passion. See what happens there. Tiffany Clare, the secret desires of a governess. Let's see. Purple. Purple. 4 stars. With brooding hero and dark backdrop, Claire brings an updated gothic twist to her latest novel. By incorporating themes and red herrings of a classic Victoria Holt or Daphne du Maurier, she entices readers to keep turning the pages. Abby Holloway has little choice but to take a position as governess for the Earl of Brendel's child. She knows she must abide by the rules of her role, but the Earl infuriates and fascinates her. From the moment she arrives on his doorstep looking more like a drowned cat than a governess, Elliot is intrigued with his son's governess. She does not appear to be intimidated by him, and she is willing to work hard at teaching his child. But Elliot and Abby both have secrets and fantasies. As she begins wandering through the local village, the old castle, Abby uncovers some disturbing rumors about Elliot's mother and the deceased wife, and she becomes determined to discover them. Hannah Howell. He's dangerous. She has a great Highlander series. He's dangerous. If he's dangerous, 4 stars. Scottish Maven Howell returns to England and back in the lives of Warlock family, a clan with strange gifts. Howell once again brings readers all levels of emotion from laughter to tears. While sitting in her garden, Lorelei Sundin looks up to see a naked Sir Argus Warlock. He tells her that he is being held prisoner and that they are trying to steal his gifts. She realizes she must help. She and her 2 cousins free Sir Argus and hide him till he is better. Okay. Oh, an anthology. Mary Jo Putney, Kristen James, and Charlotte Featherstone. A white book. I don't know if that was the best choice for that cover. Can barely see it. But Mary Jo Putney is a great author. Absolutely fabulous author. It's all about the wedding. 3 authors have chosen very different settings, characters, and weddings to let readers know any wedding is a good wedding. The wedding of the century. Beautiful and wealthy Sarah Vander Gelder is the greatest heiress to have crossed the Atlantic, and Justin Aubrey is a man with a title and a leaky roof. Neither is quite sure what they want for marriage, and both have a great deal to learn because after the wedding of the century comes the marriage and adventure. Longtime readers will remember the tender, moving, beautiful story Lisa Gregory created with the Rainbow Season. Uh, the Rainbow Season. She's recreated the poignant romance of a plain girl who craves love and the poor younger boy who needs acceptance. Everybody needs acceptance. Featherstone's hero gets a second chance at love when his brother jilts Blossom, the woman that Lord Josie Markham has loved for years. Now he has his chance, and even if it means being seduced by Starlight, he's out to woo and win. So we'll see what happens there. Sally Mackenzie. The Naked King. Another one with a white cover. I'm never sure if it's good to go with a white cover or not. But I said it's before. They said that a publisher has 3 seconds to catch your attention as you walk down an aisle. 4 stars. Mackenzie's naked finale hits a high note with sexy, mischievous characters set against the backdrop of the strict mores of the Regency. Lady Anne Marston is just trying to survive her sister's first season when she's caught kissing the famed King of Hearts by the worst gossip in London. So much for her plans to remain unwed. Now she must go along with the pretend engagement or her sister will be ruined. Stephen Parker Roth has built a reputation for himself, and now because of a teensy bit of overindulgence, he finds he must do the honorable thing and wed the mysterious beauty. Ah, Colleen Gleason, one of my authors over there. Again, I found one I don't have and I need to find. Colleen Gleason, the vampire. The vampire, the Narcisse. Ah, we got Narcissus in chains over there. Colleen Gleason. I don't know why, and I've thought about this often. Why, when it, all right, so it's set in Regency, but it's a vampire. So I've noticed that whenever you got your Regency and you've got your vampire, and whenever they decide to put a book, they put it in Regency. They don't put it in the vampire section. They put it in the Regency section. Go figure that one. Um, this is the most powerful and emotional intense of Gleason's trilogy. She has mastered the world of the vampire. Her brother's unnatural obsession has kept Narcy Moldavia a prisoner for centuries. Only one man, Gordon Cole, has ever touched her heart, but after his betrayal, Narcisse tries to forget him. Gideon, owner of an exclusive London club, has never forgotten Narcisse. One night in her arms wasn't enough. He lowered himself to her brother Caesar's demands and then lost her. When vampire hunter Chase Woodmore helps Narcisse escape from Caesar's parish stronghold, he brings her to England and back into Gordon's life. Though Narcisse adores Chas, she knows there is no real hope for love with a vampire hunter, and she has never forgotten Gordon's sweet taste or the passion that sizzles between them. Now, if you've also watched that beginning video of If Then, the Bridgertons, right? If you like the Bridgertons, um, just like heaven. This is one, two, three, four, five, six, 7, 8, 9, the 10th book. Um, just like heaven, it only got 3 stars. These are the beginning of the auxiliary characters because we've done all the kids by now. Honora Smythe Smith. You know the Sinisters have Smythe Smiths too. Honora is a really bad violinist, still miffed at being named Bug, not in love with her older brother's best friend. There's something here. Marcus Hoyle Royd is the Earl of Chatteris, regrettably prone to sprained ankles. Together they like chocolate. Quinn is an expert at creating realistic characters, rich historical settings, and witty dialogue. The new first book in her new Smith quartet is a sweet romp. Lady Honoria is desperate to find a husband after 2 years on the shelf. It doesn't matter that her brother is in exile after a terrible scandal, or that, unbeknownst to her, Marcus Earl of Chatters is her childhood friend, is scaring off her suitors. Oh, because he wants to marry her himself. See what happens there. So, one night scandal. Kelly, Christie Kelly. Oh, it only got 3 stars. With touches of paranormal, Kelly writes a passionate and sexually charged tale of two people from entirely different backgrounds. Okay. Sophie Sloane, The Devil in Disguise. The Devil in Disguise. 4 stars. The debut of the Regency Rogues trilogy is a delightful, fun, sensual, and suspenseful romance of a bad boy and a good girl with a twist or two. To the ton, Lord William Randall, Duke of Claremont, is a rake, but as a member of the secret elite organization called the Young Corinthians, he is one of a select few who spies servicing the crown. When intelligence proves that someone is out to kidnap the wealthy heiress in England, Lady Lucinda Gray Will is assigned to protect her. Ah, protecting the innocent and then taking advantage of the innocent. He's a bad boy. Huh. Um, Lady of Seduction. The green one? 4 stars. The last book in the Daughters of Erin trilogy is as powerful and romantic as McKee fans could desire. McKee shows readers that she is a force to be reckoned with, an author who can turn a villain into a delicious hero. It was foolish for Lady Caroline Blacknell to set sail for the island of Muir off the Irish coast in bad weather. For some reason, she needs to get her hands on a fable book known as the Chronicle. But when she shipwrecks, Sir Grant Dunmore rescues her. Romance ensues. Olivia Parker, guarding a notorious lady. And I hate that I used to write in this. I hate it's driving me crazy. It's just I'm climbing out of it. But I wrote have over the BOYLE book, and I'm really pissed off at myself for doing a lot of this. But here's Grace's um Olivia Parker's book. 4 stars. Parker's third entertaining love story is a joyous tale that will light up your day. The author uses humor to spice up a battle of will plot lines and adds a cast of likable characters. Lady Rosalind Devine is trouble. She secretly adores matchmaking and is trying to place a couple together when her brother's friend Nicholas, Marquis of Winterbourne, gets in the way. Though he's not thrilled about the idea, Nicholas has agreed to guard Rosalind while her brother is away on his wedding trip. Ah, I see that one coming. Ah, and that's the end of Regency. Let's move on to mainstream fiction. Summer in the South by Kathy Holton. This is got 4.5 stars. This is the perfect blend of Southern charm, intrigue, sophistication, and romance that makes a great summer read. Holton has a way of putting the reader inside the character's body. After a personal tragedy, Chicago writer Ava Dabronsky quits her job to spend the summer in Woodburn and write her novel at the invitation of her old college friend Will Fraser and his two great aunts, Josephine and Fanny Woodburn. When she arrives, she realizes the Will she once knew is now the man of her dreams. Deborah Cloyd, The Summer We Came to Life. 4 stars. This novel takes an interesting look at the battle between science and religion spirituality. The author provides an adequate evidence to appease readers on both sides of the argument. The old characteristics provide great historical context in their personal stories and insight into the never-ending differences among generations. Samantha Whelan is still reeling from the death of her best friend Mina, but seeks comfort from her friends Isabel and Kendra and their parents. On vacation in Honduras, Samantha has a near-death experience that brings her face to Beth with Mina's ghost. See what that's all about. Elizabeth Adler, From Barcelona with Love. No. Only got 3 stars. Adler's soap opera-like novel features on-again, off-again lovers Sonny and Mac. Even with the trademark description and glamorous settings, readers may find this book a little too light on substance. Oh well. Let's move on. Silver Girl, Hildebrand. She's a really popular author. So we'll just throw this in. It also only got 3 stars. Hildebrand does a wonderful job of painting a picture of confused and angry yet love-struck wife. She reminds us of the extent women will go to protect their husbands even if the husbands are in the wrong. Okay? And on to teen. 4.5 stars. Tiger's Quest. Forget vampires and werewolves, tigers are the new hottest thing. The second book in Hulk's Tiger Curse series features a triangle passion and non-stop action. It's guaranteed page turner with a huge twist at the end that will leave you breathless. Heartbroken and alone, Kelsey decides to leave Ren in the past and focus on the future. Then Ren suddenly reappears just as Kelsey starts dating again. Which guy will she choose? Ah, and I meant to get this book, and I didn't. And I'm sorry. Alison Noel, Everlasting. It's the one in the middle in black. 4 stars. Noel's long-awaited conclusion to her Immortals delivers with a rich and satisfying plot, a complete ending, and a healthy mix of wisdom and magic. Fans will be pleased how Noel ties up all the loose ends. Ever and Damon have been through hell to try and be together on the Earth plane. Unfortunately, when Damon saved Ever's life by making her an immortal, he became allergic to her DNA. Forced to keep a thin barrier between them, the two lovers are desperate for solution. Ever is determined to enter the dark part of Summerland and fulfill her destiny while Damon refuses to let go of the life he leads. Tara Hudson, Hereafter. 4 stars. A great book filled with life lessons on how the past doesn't have to hold you back. The power of love can survive anything, and most important things are the people you care about. Amelia can't remember anything. She can't feel, she can't touch, and can't communicate. Then one day, everything changes. Amelia saves Joshua's life, and they form an unexpected connection. Can a ghost and a human not only become friends, but lovers? I don't know. we're skipping sci-fi. There wasn't much for 3 stars in here. We're skipping sci-fi. Oh well, maybe I'll do one. And it is a 3 stars. I just have to show it. Carrie Jacqueline. The final volume of the trilogy featuring the Morin of Magdalene Dunn is on improvement over the second, but that's not saying a lot. Okay? Morin of Magdalene returns to Teaching to find a country paralyzed with grief. Queen Germaine has died in childbirth, leaving an infant daughter and grieving husband behind. Okay. Maybe not. Uh, want some adult stuff? That's the inspirational. Four and a half stars. Windsor's slightly entertaining second book in the Brides of Alba series introduces us to Scotia, a woman unmatched in compassion and angelic characteristics. Windsor keeps us on the edge of our seats, missing romance with early Christian testimony. Set in King Arthur's Scotland, Thief follows Kenton O'Brien, exiled from Glen Arden clan, as he searches for the healer's long-lost daughter. But rather than returning with him to her birth mother, Scorcher robs Cadence so she can continue buying children out of slavery. Okay. And Megan's Hero. Only got 3 stars. The third book in the Callahan's of Texas series is a wonderful love story that will stay with the reader for a long time. Those new to the series will have trouble keeping characters straight. Aw. Megan Reed is pregnant, broke, and in the middle of a tornado when Will Callahan happens along and takes her home. Despite people who think Megan is just another gold digger, she and Will form a strong relationship and believe they might actually have a future together. We'll see what happens. And Diana Willis Taylor. Martha, 4 stars. That's what's it. Four and a half stars. Taylor has crafted an exquisite love story about Martha, sister to Mary and Lazarus. In this absorbing biblical drama, readers will embrace Taylor's vision of Martha as a woman of imagination, dignity, and grace. Martha of Bethany's home receives a visit from Christ as he travels around doing good deeds and explaining the meaning of heaven. Martha is vulnerable as she copes with her father's death, a rejection by her betrothed, and the need to care for her siblings. We'll see what happens there. Okay. On to the mystery. Okay. Let's move on to mystery. More shots. All right. For the third time in 10 minutes, I've cut myself off. I ran into difficulties with Flashback Monday. Um, it's been a day. I lost my list. I lost this. I lost that. Then I discovered that around about the 49 and 50-minute mark of Flashback Monday, the audio goes and it becomes jibber jabber. So I don't know what to do about that. I'm going to, this one, because I just recently did it, just because I have most of the materials, I'm going to go ahead and redo it, starting with the mystery section. So at the 49, 50-minute mark, I've got my co-host. She's down here sleeping. How much you can see of her. She's sleeping next to me. She's enjoying the couch part of it. So, like I feel like I should do my welcome to the D. Louise book series, but hopefully you've been watching all this time. You've been watching since the beginning. So, we are continuing with the June 2011 Romantic Times book review, and we are up to the mystery portion, and I'm going to try this a little differently, and we'll see how this is going to go. So please bear with me. Trying to get acclimated here. All right, so Morag Joss, Among the Missing. Down here, Among the Missing. It got 4.5 stars. Joss' beautiful, evocative novel is filled with tension and suspense, stemming not so much from physical action as from unattainable relationships forged with secrets and loss. Each character's grief-soaked isolation is palpable, with what makes the wait for the big reveal as heartbreaking as intense. A bridge collapse in Scottish Highlands brings three strangers together, each hiding something from their past. A pregnant woman believed to have died in the collapse takes that opportunity to start a new life and family away from her insensitive husband. She finds shelter and support in Silva, an illegal immigrant whose husband and daughter did die in the accident, though only the pregnant woman knows this. The two women are helped by Ron, a drifter who recently been in prison and makes himself useful as a means of atonement. Jan Burke. Disturbance. Let me move these over here. Ah. Jan Burke. Disturbance. Suspense. 4.5 stars. Suspense. Maestro Burke brings back both her intrepid reporter heroine Irene Kelly and one of the most disturbing villains she has ever faced, monstrous serial killer Nick Parra, who went to prison in Burke's 1999 release Bones, featuring a killer whose diabolical plans are laid out years in advance. Newspaper reporter is Irene's passion as well as her career, so the demise of Les Pernis News Express is a bitter blow. However, before the paper folds, Irene investigates the disappearance and murder of Marilyn Foster. Disturbingly, evidence on Marilyn's tortured body implicates devotees of Nick Parra. Jumping into the world of radio online reporting, Irene finds more bodies linked to Parrish. Soon, however, Irene has more to worry about as Parrish escapes prison. Oh, good God. Escaping prison. Andrea Kane, the girl who disappeared twice. In the green, the girl who disappeared twice. 4.5 stars. Kane kicks off Forensic Instincts, her new series about a dream team of maverick investigators with this fascinating story with sharp, redrawn characters, fast-paced dialogue, dark and dangerous minds, brilliant mythology, and the types of cases mystery readers campaign to get. After years of coming to terms with her own family's tragedy, family court judge Hope Willis appears to have it all: a good husband, a career, and most of all, her beautiful daughter Chrissy. After all, that's going to be savaged under a magnifying glass of investigation when Chrissy goes missing. Understanding the limits of official channels of investigation better than most, and through her husband is dead set against it, and knowing the minutes mean everything in the case of a child missing, she hires Forensic Instincts, a group of unique talents, a behaviorist, a former Navy SEAL, and a techno to help find them. Linda Castillo, Breaking the Silence. 4.5 stars. Castillo has created a gripping series about Police Chief Kate Burkholder, who was raised in an Amish community but left during her teens, which creates a constant tension between herself and the community, but also an understanding of the people involved. Life in the farming area is vividly portrayed, and both the psychological background and the physical setting add greatly to the mystery. The mystery is complicated but clearly plotted with a heart-stopping ending. Called to an Amish farm in the middle of the night, Kate finds 3 adults dead. They appear to have fallen in a manure pit, where they quickly overcome by gases. They leave 4 children behind, and at first it's considered a terrible accident, complicated by only the fact that the children's uncle, the legal guardian, is no longer Amish, so the community does not wish him to raise the kids. But soon a series of hate crimes targeting the Amish break out. Beatings, fires, and deaths follow in quick succession, and Kate has to ask herself if the family was killed by accident after all, or was it murder? Um, Misery Bay. 4.5 stars. This new entry in Hamilton Alex McKnight series is one of the best. The intriguing plot grabs your attention immensely and moves at a steady pace. The characters are as strong as the plot. They react to events believably and their emotions ring true. Hamilton's perfect balance between plot and characters results in an intensely satisfying read. Hamilton's superb writing delivers a great story that's enriched by a cast of fully fledged characters. You'll not want to put this down. P.I. Alex McKnight is hired to find out why a college kid killed himself. It sounds simple enough. He expects to find out that the kid was having a bad day, and that'll be that. But events unfold that tell him otherwise. A series that we did on my channel last year. We did all of these books, so please go check them out. Don't fall. I love this series. Sarah Booth Delaney! 4.5 stars. Carolyn Haynes, deep in the heart of Mississippi, a fantastic private by the name of Sarah Booth Delaney has a funny way of ending up in extremely strange situations. And she takes her pets with her. Takes her cat too. I wouldn't be taking the cat. I see people taking the dog, but she takes the cat too. This story becomes a fascinating mystery that no reader will be able to solve until the author reveals the end. Sarah is rambling around her family's old Victorian while her love of her life, Graf Malou, heads to Hollywood to star in a movie. And I will spoil alert here, he doesn't stay long. She finds someone better. He wants Sarah to dump the private eye gig before she gets hurt or worse. So when an insurance case comes along tracking a missing $4 million necklace, Sarah thinks it will make Graf happy, but the simple insurance case turns into ransom and gets really complicated when this lady goes after Graf and he gets injured. Spoiler alert. Um, oh. Sophie Littlefield. A bad day for scandal. 4 stars. It's great to visit with vigilante Stella Hodges and her friends and foes once again. As usual, Littlefield tucks themes empowerment and sisterhood in between the chase scenes and small town shenanigans. She also tells a darn good comic adventure story. Nobody ever liked Pris Porter so much, so when she returns to Prosper, Stella and other town folks are wary. Turns out she's got a big problem. A dead body in her trunk? After successfully trying to blackmail Stella into helping him, Pris goes missing. Sheriff Goat Jones finds Stella's scarf on the scene, and Stella and her partner Chrissy go in search of Pris and, importantly, the blackmail photos. Oops! See what happens there. S.J. Bolton, Now You See Me, 4.5 stars. Bolton is at the top of her game. She strips her characters down to bare bones, torn psyches, and chilling motivations. Lacey Flint melds complex personality, straightforward action, and achingly vulnerable psyche in the blend of gothic horror and psychological suspense with chilling feel of a true crime tale. After Detective Constable Lacey Flint discovers a brutally stabbed woman leaning against her car, a reporter gets an anonymous letter pointing out the similarities between this murder and Jack the Ripper. Neither Lacey nor the police department know whether it's a hoax or someone is recreating London's infamous series of killings. If it's true, the authorities have less than a week to stop the sadist. Uh, Another one of my authors. I love Angelica Reseda. I love Haven't Got a Clue Bookstore. I love them all. Mr. Miles. Haven't Got a Clue. Sentenced to Death. Victoria Thompson. Oh, Lorna Barrett, sorry. Sorry. 4 stars. When a friend of Trish's is killed in a freak plane crash, the feisty, mysterious bookstore owner is determined to uncover the truth behind the so-called accident. Smart and compassionate, Trisha is the perfect sleuth to right the wrongs in this town. Add in her strong and opinionated sister Angelica and possible love interest, and you've got a great mix of mystery and emotion. It's Founders Day weekend in Stoneham, and Deborah Black, the owner of the Happy Domestic and one of Trisha's good friends, is giving the welcoming speech for the festivities when a small aircraft crashes into the gazebo where Deborah is giving her speech. The final outcome is that Deborah is dead, leaving behind a husband and toddler son. Trisha is devastated when Deborah's husband immediately sells her store and refuses to see his son. Trisha knows something is wrong. Furthermore, Deborah's grieving mother is acting strangely, and someone is vandalizing Happy Domestic. Don't know. Don't know at all. Founders Day weekend, what else could Bob Kelly, the head of the Chamber of Commerce, come up with to try to draw a crowd to the little village of Stoneham, New Hampshire? Trisha Miles shook her head at the notion and resettled the weight of the warm, sleepy, and sweaty toddler against her shoulder. Booktown, New Hampshire, as Stoneham was often referred to, and risen from the ashes of near extinction thanks to Bob's efforts when he enticed some 10 or so booksellers to locate to the village. And then you have Angelica Reseda, which is Trisha and Angelica backward. I love this series. Please go check them out. The new one. I just got the new one in the mail. We'll be doing that shortly. And, Claire DeWitt, Sarah Gran, The City of the Dead. Fans of sarcastic, tough, and whip-smart female detectives to Claire DeWitt. The mystery appears lean at first, but Gran adds quite a few layers of pleasing complexity, and her rendering of post-Katrina New Orleans rings true. Claire DeWitt is a smart aleck private eye with the intelligence to back up her sarcasm and unwillingness to suffer fools. She's called to New Orleans, a city she hasn't visited since her mentor was murdered there, to investigate the disappearance of a prominent DA after Hurricane Katrina. See what happens there. Another author that we just finished up doing. We did all 26 books. We started with Astor Place. We ended with Rose Hill. Please go check out all those videos. We learned we learned sign language, and please be my friend and like my channel. No, like my channel for me, please. This is Live or Learn. Live. I forget. It's been a while. So please hit the like and subscribe and let me know I'm doing a good job. We got Sisters Row, Victoria Thompson, Sarah Brandt, Frank Malloy, Brian, Mrs. Malloy, Mrs. Ellsworth. I did all 26 books. Then I did a reading order thing, and then I did Mrs. Ellsworth, an entire video dedicated to things Mrs. Ellsworth says. You can't, I dropped a spoon today, or I dropped a knife today. All of her stuff. Awesome stuff. The 13th installment of Thompson's Gaslight Mystery Series continues a fine tradition of meticulously researched period fiction in an engaging, cozy style. 19th century New York's midwife Sarah Brand is called to a high-end brothel on the street known as Sisters Row, where she encounters a young woman who claims to have been forced into prostitution against her will. Sarah agrees to enlist the aid of society matron Vivian Van Orner, who runs a rescue operation for prostitutes. When Mrs. Van Orner is later found dead in her carriage, the brothel baron, angered by Amy's rescue. Ooh, Amy's got secrets, though. Amy's got lots of secrets. Don't know. Is this Yep. Excuse me a minute. Okay. Watch Me Die. I don't know if I'd be comfortable with a book with this title, because I don't want to read about anybody dying or watch anybody die. This book starts out atmospheric with New Orleans color, and the suspense wraps up. This is a fine read for those wanting a fast-paced suspense with a little romance thrown in. Mira's life hasn't been the same since she lost her husband in the floodwaters of Hurricane Katrina. The only thing that gives her meaning now is working restoring the stained glass windows of New Orleans. When some windows are vandalized and a priest is killed, Mira becomes under police scrutiny. More murders accompanied by biblical graffiti seem to have Mira as the common connection. What's up with that? I think I have two with no picture that I forgot to get. So there'll be no picture to these. I did do the first one. I'm planning on doing the next couple in the series. You see this book in a Flashback Monday. You will also see this book in If Then Witches, and then you will also see the book as I did a review. So the book, these books are mentioned 3 times. But this is the Hexes and Hemlines by Julia Blackwell. Got 4 stars. The third novel in the Blackwell's Witchcraft series is delectable as the previous 2, blending a mystery with all things paranormal and her customary light humor. It begins with a witchy Lily Ivory is called by police detective Carlos Romero to help with a murder case of a man stabbed to death. The suspect turns out to be someone she knows. Then a hex is found on her friend's doorstep, and Lily begins to think there's more to this murder than meets the eye. Plus, now that a friend's life is at risk, a determined Lily decides to catch the killer herself. What? You what? You what? You're going to catch the killer yourself? No. No. Beg for mercy, Jamie in purple. 4.5 stars. Megan Flynn is one determined woman. Anyone would be lucky to have her on their side. Alden's emotional gripping beg for mercy makes readers beg for mercy too. It's not for the squeamish, or some of the murder scenes are quite violent. Ugh. Megan Flynn's world dropped out from under her the day her boyfriend arrested her beloved brother for murder. Now her brother is sitting on death row and only days left until he's going to be put to death. Megan will stop at nothing to find the truth. She knows he didn't kill anyone. A serial killer's pattern resembles the same crime her brother was convicted of. Megan turns to the only person who can possibly help her save her brother's life. Cole Williams, the man who put him in prison. Uh, I had it. Hold on a second. It was right in front of me. Okay. So, Marta Perry vanished in plain sight. Vanished in Plain Sight picks up the action with many of the same characters from the previous romantic suspense Murder in Plain Sight. Set in Amish country, readers will enjoy a compelling mystery combined with interesting lessons about the Amish customs and ways. Marissa Angelo's mother disappears when she was young. She spent her entire life wondering what made her mother walk away from a loving husband and adoring daughter. When her mother's suitcase turns up in the wall of an old house, all of her unanswered questions comes to the surface. And whenever I hear of somebody walled up, I think of the Castamanolata, whatever that Edgar Allan Poe is. Determined to get to the bottom of her mother's disappearance, even if it means facing some ugly truth, Marissa returns to her childhood home in Lancaster County. Link Morgan knows that no good is going to come from the old suitcase he's uncovered in the walls of his uncle's home, but turning it over to the police is the right thing to do. Wanting no part of the secrets that come with it, Link can not help but be compelled by Marissa and her determined to find answers to her mother's disappearance. And soon Link becomes embroiled in the mystery too. Okay. Lori Foster, Trace of Fever. The second in Foster's Red Hot Men Who Walk the Edge of Honor trilogy picks up the action with hero Trace Rivers, a key secondary character from the first novel, When You Dare. The evil of human trafficking is once again the backdrop for this intense and sexy thriller. Since his sister Alina's kidnapping and rescue from human traffickers, Trace Rivers has been on a mission to take down as many traffickers as he can. Businessman Murray Coburn is one of the worst, but his power and influence make him nearly untouchable. Trace goes undercover to get close to Murray in order to destroy him. While closing in on his target, Trace is thrown for a loop when Priscilla Patterson arrives, claiming that Murray is her biological father. Hi. Just a second here. Okay, I'm losing my touch here. Beverly Jenkins, Something Old, Something New. There is beauty in Jenkins' storytelling that should be the standard by which to judge fiction writing. Yes, there's a build-up to Trent and Lily's wedding, but there is also a history, humor, and pathos. Lily and Trent's love doesn't waver. They want a simple wedding, but their well-meaning neighbors are turning it into a storybook wedding. Bernadine is a town's fairy godmother, wants Lily to have an event fit for a princess, and 9-year-old Lily's foster son is campaigning to be the town preacher so he can officiate at the ceremony. Then Trent is called on to help a family move to town, and Lily and Trent tackle the task of blending their families. The passing of the one town's eldest members opens up secrets for Marie that may have been better left untold. Oh, let's see. Don't want to do myself. Creed's Honor, Linda Lale Miller, 4.5 stars. Miller's attention to small details makes her stories a delight to read. Temporarily leaving her life in Seattle, Tricia McCall stays in an apartment in her great-grandmother Nattie's house in Riverbend, Colorado. She's there to sell the campground RV park and drive in her father left her when he died. Nattie throws her together with cowboy Connor Creed, since she doesn't approve of Tricia's Seattle boyfriend, and Tricia feels very attracted to him. Connor likes her too, but he only wants a woman if she's gonna stay in town and not leave. Can he convince her to stay in town? We shall find out. Oh, where's my... Ah, that one. Lucy Monroe. Oh, wait. Alright, let's get back to that one. We'll do this other one first. We'll do them in... Katie Lane, make mine a bad boy. This is Lane's Deep in the Heart of Texas series. It's a delightful continuation of Going Cowboy Crazy, with the one focusing on the wild twin. There's plenty of humor to entertain the reader, and the people of the town will seem like old friends by the end of the story. Returning home after sowing her wild oats for 5 years, Hope Scruggs plans to pick up where she left off with the man she left behind. But Hope gets quite a shock when she finds him planning to marry her twin. Rotten guy. Adding to her pain and disappointment, another man from her past, Colt Lomax, is back in Bramwell. Though he was planning to attend one night in town, his sister, who also happens to be Hope's best friend, fixes it so he'll have to stay a few days longer. Maybe a romance will ensue. Blackberry Summer, Rayan Thine. Longtime category romance author Thane turns into a solid single title in this book. Nuanced grown-up characters fill a small town that manages to avoid being either overly sweet or self-righteous, narrow-minded. The plot is your standard one handled very well. Claire Bradford has full life with 2 children, a bead shop, and a crotchety mother. She loves her house, her town, her kids, and her dog. Oh, I love my cat. If things are a little tense around the edges since her divorce and her ex and his new bride also living in the small town of Hope Crossing, at least their father has made it easier on the kids. Then one day she finds that her store has been robbed and trashed. Oh no! All the beads have been dumped on the floor, and the new police chief, her best friend's pesky little brother, comes by to investigate. Wish her well. The Promise of Love, an anthology. Laurie Foster, Erin McCarthy, Silver Day, Jamie Denton, Kate Douglas, and Kathy Love. The Promise of Love is a delightful collection of tales discovered between former acquaintances. Shelter from the Storm by Foster has abused child Sabrina rescued by Roy and his parents. Now 25, Sabrina turns to Roy for comfort. Pregnant and alone, Sarah Parker returns to Kentucky and Travis, the friend who has always been there for her, in McCarthy's Take Me Home. Deputy Marshal Jack McGrew looks after his best friend in Razor's Edge by day. Denton's Midnight Rendezvous has playwright Burton Dupree facing writer's block. The Dime Store Cowboy is Mark Connor, a New York editor who quits his job and heads to Colorado. Baby Drive South. Only 3 stars, but it was such a big picture I thought I'd mention it. A cute pets and a few hunky men make the first in Bond's new Southern trilogy a good time. Readers may find, however, they can predict the plot twist. The Armstrong brothers are determined to rebuild their tornado-ravaged hometown of Sweetness. They're making a good progress when youngest brother Porter decides that all male endeavor needs some female scenery. He places a woman wanted ad that nets a caravan of females. A woman wanted ad? Are you nuts? Bodyguards in bed. Lucy Monroe, Jamie Denton, Elizabeth Norton. It only got 3 stars. This entertaining anthology has a mix of suspense and hot sex. Okay. Enough said. I did that one. Alright, I did that one. I did that one. I did that one. Okay, on to paranormal. Kiss of Snow. 4.5 stars. Foxtail, which remarks her transition into hardcover. The extraordinarily talented Singh really pulls out all the stops in her Changeling series. Singh's vast fan base has been waiting impatiently for Hawkins' Sienna's story to play out. And man, is it worth the wait. Ever since her family broke free from Psych Neck and sought sanctuary with the Snow Dancer Wolfpack, teenage Psych, Cena, Lauren, Alpha, Wolf, Hawk have been butting heads. As Sienna has gotten older, the tension has taken on an sensual quality. But since Hawk's mate died when they were children, he is unwilling to make a move. A headstrong Sienna has other plans. Romance ensues. Eileen Connor, Nightfall. Put a sexy guy on the cover and half naked and books sell. Writing as Ellen Connor, Anne Aguirre, and Carrie Lofty joined forces to create a chilling post-apocalyptic series. Dark Age Dawning, frightening, intense in its depiction of struggle to survive in a world run amok. Gina Barkley never believed of dire warnings her late father exposed about the technological world ending, but now power grids have fallen in Europe and the back east through Oregon. Oh, though in Oregon they still have their technology. Janet is abducted by ex-Marine John Mason, who claims to owe his life to her father. Mason knows that the magical change is about to hit, so he takes Janet into the wilderness to survive. Attacks by the mutant dogs indicate something has gone wrong with nature. When 5 strangers, including 2 children, disappear, despite fleeing the bloodthirsty packs, their small band must make a dangerous journey to find supplies and shelter. Terry Spear. Wait, we'll come back to that. Let's do. Alright. I do not have a picture of this. But I'm gonna do it. Vampire in Atlantis, 4.5 stars. And one of the reasons I didn't like this series is because I couldn't figure out why vampires were under the sea. But anyways. 4.5 stars. Undying love is the cornerstone of this chapter of Warriors of Poseidon series, as unlikely allies hunt for another missing jewel of Poseidon. After 11,000 years, vampire and Night Guild mage Daniel has had enough and ready to end his long life. All those centuries ago, when Atlantis sank beneath the sea, Daniel was told that Ciri, the love of his life, perished. He was lied to. Blood of the Wicked, Katrina Cooper. Blood of the Wicked. 4.5 stars. An electrifying, very promising start to the new Dark series. Cooper's world, endless possibilities, an alternate universe where witches have been accused of decimating the world are hunted down for their murderous ways. Silas is an idealistic warrior of the Holy Order. Hunting witches who threaten what's left of society is what he does best. He's on a mission to kill, but he meets a woman he can't deny. Another uh can't oh, there it is. Jennifer Lyon. Sinful Magic. Right there. 4.5 stars. Fans will be delighted to find only a month's gap between installments of the newest Wing Slayer magic novels. Fertility witch Roxy Bamford refuses to have her powers awakened because she fears becoming like her mother, who uses sex as a tool for power. But she has little choice once she runs into Wing Slayer Hunter MCKEE Dimaka, who carries with him the slumbering essence of the dragon Difer. To channel his dark aggression, Kay draws a popular comic book series. At convention, Kay runs into Roxy and the sexual power between them ignites. Another one I don't have a picture for. Christina Douglas Demon. The second in Grifter's Douglas edgy and engrossing Fallen Angel series takes on the mythology surrounding the much maligned Lilith. In Douglas's distinctive world, humanity is in terrible danger from power-mad Archangel Ariel. Her use of first and third person viewpoints accentuates the emotional isolation of her damaged protagonist. Let's see. Uh, Allison. Nope, not yet. I did all of these last year. I love my Arginos. Please go check them out. Especially Marguerite, the family matchmaker. 4 stars. This delightful addition to Sans Arginos saga has humor, action, interesting characters, and plot. And sex. Sent to watch over and protect new vampire Stephanie, Darina Arginus knows an ulterior motive is in play. It seems Marguerite senses that Darina Harper Storen is his life mate. That Harper would be reluctant to accept this, having had one life mate die not a year ago. When he attempted to turn her, Harper finds it hard to believe another is there for him so soon. Darina has her work cut out for her getting him to accept her. It's a good thing she has lots of help from other family members. We know it. Devil Without a Cause. 3 stars. This Bargain Devils series starter has a romance between a single mother and a rock star, evoking an inner sigh from this reviewer. Gary's ability to create characters with layers of depth is full on display. Yet while certain aspects of the story are enjoyable, the story is very good. I could not have sympathy for the devil. In fact, he made me squeamish. Terry Spear. The Highland Wolf. This one here in the orange with a naked guy on the cover. Here's a very reasonable romance set in a castle in Scotland, no less. While it's a werewolf tale, the emphasis is all romance with the lupus Garrity's qualities, the characters being sort of a given. Okay. Uh, Hexed. An anthology. Search. I search. Hexed. Oh, there's two hexed. Okay, we'll do both. The first one is Ileana Andrews, Yasmin Galloon, Allison James, and Jeannie C. Stein. When you combine the talents of these outstanding UF authors, you are bound to get one unforgettable anthology. The awesome Andrew kicks things off at Magnetic Dreams, which features nearsighted vegetarian white tigress Dally humor as she faces down a deadly evil threatening to destroy her. Uh, Second up is the multi-talented Girl Nuns Ice Shards, which focuses on Finnish house spirit Eris Kus as she, Camille, Smokey, and Razoo venture back to the Northlands to break a curse. And next is Double Hex by star Jennifer Ashley as Stormwalker Janet Beggy, her dragon boyfriend Mick, and her friends are trapped inside a hotel by a powerful, deadly curse. The other version of Hexed is by Kevin Hearn. The second book in the Iron Druid Chronicles, Hexed is an entertaining and fast-paced romp with a fascinating protagonist. Atticus is a smart-mouthed narrator and is at his best when he's observing those around him and planning his next move. Two books with Hexed in the same magazine. Allison James. 4.5 stars. Trouble seems to be Stormwalker Janet Bingay's middle name, as chapter of the intense series opens with a bang. The world that James has created is filled with myth and magic that collides with everyday life, with spectacular results, as the heart of the riveting series is a young woman determined to gain control of her powers to protect those she loves. Karen Chance, Hunt the Moon. 4.5 stars. After defeating a god, you would think a girl could get a little R&R, but that is not the case. Not in the cards for Pythie Cassie Palmer. There is never a dull moment in a Chance novel, as the action speeds from high-stakes action to death-defying exploits guaranteed to keep readers breathless. And how about some zombies? Zombies sold separately. McCrae's intrepid half-human, half-drow heroine never seemed to catch a break when it comes to apocalyptic danger, so come along for another wild ride in Night Tracker novel. A tragedy from Nick's past is brought painfully to the surface when zombies start attacking New York City. New characters added to the mix indicate fresh new relationships and adventures on the horizon. Where'd it go? No? No. Shiloh Walker, Hunter's Fall. 4 stars. Walker delivers something readers don't normally get to experience, a heartfelt paranormal. Hunter's Fall tells the gut-wrenching tale of two ill-fated lovers and a dramatic and passionate culmination. 500 years ago, Nessa cradled her lover as he died in her arms. Nessa, an immortal witch, is now part of the Hunters, an elite group of warriors who keep other non-humans in line. After centuries of fighting and searching, she's getting tired. Her beloved Alyssa has come for her as he promised. Has not come for her as he promised. A fight leaves Nessa with amnesia. Now, even when Elias is close, she doesn't recognize him. Oh, not good. Oh, there's Brenda Novak. I looked for that forever. And we are into Harley Quinns real quick. Leslie Kelly, Terms of Surrender. 4.5 stars. Dr. Marissa Marshall, psychologist and relationship blogger under the same name Mad Maury, has a humdrum sex life until she meets Lieutenant Commander Danny Wilkes, a fighter pilot. Meddling with a Millionaire, Cat Shields. A jewelry designer and a wild child, Emma Montgomery isn't going to allow her father to sell her into marriage, even if she's attracted to the guy. But former crush and hotshot businessman Nathan isn't taking no for an answer. Okay. Carol Mortimer, Taming the Last St. Clair. Gideon St. Clair absolutely positively does not like Joey McKinley, his sister-in-law's twin sister, until he starts working with her at the family firm. When a person from Joey's recent past threatens her safety, Gideon will do anything he can to protect her. Susan Muir, Baby on the Ranch. The final story in the Andres Brothers trilogy is the best yet. Susan Caldwell inherited a grandmother's share of the Andres holdings. The stock holds little value, so Suzanne approaches Andrews for a job. The three brothers make a deal to buy Suzanne's share of the company while they get close to her. Justin Davis, Enemy Waters. 4 stars. Private investigator Cooper Grant is hired to track down Tanya Jones Brown, who vanished following the supposed death of her brother. Cooper finds her using the name Nell Parker and working as a waitress in a small town. As Cooper drains her trust, he begins to realize that something is wrong and he wasn't told the truth. And that is pretty much it of the issue. You want some romance? Have some romance. Have at it. Romantic Times book review. Done twice for June 2011. Please hit the like and subscribe and let me know I'm doing a good job. Thank you so much for tuning in.